Welcome to this edition of the Rhody Reporter. I'm your host for this segment, Diana Lazowski. There has been no dispute for decades now as to the substandard performance of the Providence Public Schools. Administrative management has consistently failed to maintain the physical plant, in some cases creating real danger to staff and students. Academic management has consistently failed to put the needs of the students ahead of all other matters. Political leadership has been virtually non-existent. It has always withered in the face of political powerhouses such as teachers' unions and those of other public sector workers. They, after all, unlike school kids, donate in blocks and vote in elections. Buddy Cianci used to refer to Rhode Island as a city-state. Maybe so, but the capital school system has long been a national embarrassment. Every mayor, at least since Cianci himself, has caved to the political pressures for status quo. Status quo? That's a polite Latin term which means kids with a Providence high school diploma can't read, write, or cipher numbers. Are those students what Rhode Islanders really want to have as the emblem of the city-state that's been seen by the world? Recently, Mayor Lorza really caved. He ceded all authority over the operation of the Providence Schools to state government. Happily for him, the governor at the time was busy burnishing her resume and looking south to bigger and better things. With their mayor, Providence hove a great sigh of relief. It was budget relief, of course. No help for the kids. Now every taxpayer in the state is contributing to supporting the status quo. Millions of dollars of public funds are going to pay for the same old budgets that did not create effective schooling at any time in the past. What's the problem here? One problem is obvious. The vested interests of the public sector workers who serve the schools supersede any consideration of what's best for students. Give the individual teachers some slack here. Many of them are motivated and make heroic efforts to get through to their students. Even these saints of the system are represented by union leadership, however. A union's first job is not to teach, but to protect the rank and file. That's what all unions do. Over the decades of decline in Providence, these unions have consistently built better and better benefits onto the foundations of the already fair contracts they've negotiated. That too is their job. The second problem is more obscure and pernicious, though. While all of this has been going on, fine folks like you and me have been permitting it to go on. We have routinely re-elected leaders who happily sacrifice our kids. We have quietly watched them do so in order to stay in the good graces of those who provide the money and manpower for their re-elections. All the while, our classrooms have slipped into unruly and disordered chaos, controlled more by the students than the staff. Is that what Rhode Islanders really want? We need to figure out what has to happen next. The hard-working taxpayers have to demand at least minimum performance out of their schools so we stop destroying the future of your children long before they even reach it.